Okay, I'm just popping in here really quick to show you that this is the final look from the video, so I hope you like it and I hope you stick around to see how it's done. Hello, hi, welcome to my video. If you're from my Instagram, I love you. If you're not from my Instagram, love you all the same. So I'm making this video today just because there are 1,000 different brands out here coming out with 1,000 different products at 1,000 different price points. Now, while that's great if you're somebody who, like me, really enjoys makeup and really likes trying out different things, I know that I just want a decently priced product sometimes that does exactly what it's supposed to do, which is exactly the type of products that I'm going to be showing you in today's video. Now, I've been using all of these products for at least a few months, at most a few years, and they're in constant rotation in my makeup bag, which is why you won't be seeing close-ups of these products, just because they're not ready for their close-up. Okay, they're bruised, the labels have rubbed off on most of these, so you wouldn't really even benefit from that, but I will be writing the exact names of the products and the shades down in the description below for your convenience, so you might want to check that out. But other than that, I'm really glad that you're going to be able to see these products in action today. So I already glued down my brows in preparation for this video just because they take a hot second to dry and I didn't want to bother you guys with that. But I glued them down with the Got2b Glued Spiking Gel. Now this is a fabulous product to use on your eyebrows just because it really lays your eyebrows down flat against your skin while also giving you the freedom to actually explore any type of style that you might want to do. So you could definitely do feathery brows with this, you could do soap brows, you could do natural brows, you could do whatever type of brow style that you want. And I've been using this for the past year and a half and I really haven't felt the need to try any other eyebrow gel or eyebrow product just because this does the job so beautifully. And another product that I've been using probably for even longer than this one is the Catrice Slim-Matic Eyebrow Pencil. I love this pencil. It's honestly a really great formula. It's not too dry, but it's not too waxy. It definitely reminds me of the Benefit eyebrow pencils, but at a fraction of the cost. And actually both of these products together will hold your brows down the entire day. It doesn't matter if it's raining, if it's snowing, if you're sweating, whatever it is, your eyebrows will stay in place using these two products, and they're also both very affordable. So right now, I'm just gonna pencil in my brows and clean them up using the same foundation that I'm gonna be talking to you about a little later in today's video. So now I'm just going to be priming my eyelids with that exact same foundation as well. The reason that I'm doing this is just because I ran out of my favorite drugstore primer yesterday. That would be the Makeup Revolution Catrice Canvas. This is a great product. Definitely try it if you have the chance. It's especially good at cutting creases, obviously. Since I am going to use the foundation, it's definitely going to crease on me, but I've never tried any primer that didn't crease on me. So that's something to consider. As far as eyeshadow goes, I am actually going to be alternating between two Colourpop palettes, and those are the Baby Got Peach and the Moon Haze palettes today. I already did a first impression / review on my channel of these two palettes, and I'm not sure I'm going to be speaking much more about them in today's video just because I kind of already said everything that needs to be said, so you might want to go check that out. As far as brushes go, I'm going to use the exact same brushes that I use every single day, and all of them are literally drugstore. Most of these are either BH Cosmetics or Jessup, which both have criminally underrated brushes. These are very affordable and very good quality, so that's what I'm going to use. Are we gonna talk about how pretty this gold is, yes or no? Now I'm just gonna pop in this lighter gold shade in the inner corner, give it some depth. Now I'm just gonna add a little bit of winged liner, and for that I'm gonna use the Essence Liquid Ink Eyeliner. I love this one. The formula is really nice. It's not crinkly, it doesn't crack. The brush is pretty flexible and it's not too thick. And another thing I like about this is that it actually is waterproof. So even if you cry or if the eyeliner smudges anywhere, you're not gonna have black tears running down your face, which is very important. Now I'm just going to be priming my eyelashes using the Eveline Cosmetics SOS Lash Booster, and you can totally skip this step, but I love using this before applying mascara just because it lifts and lengthens my lashes nicely without making them feel heavy or weighing them down. So this does go on white, but you don't have to worry because it'll dry completely clear. So while we wait for that to dry, we're going to move on to the rest of the face. Now, first of all, we're going to prime using the Essence Hydrating Skin Refreshing Primer. I don't use this that often, I must admit. I prefer pore filling primers, but whenever I want to give those a break, I do use this primer because it does act like a nice barrier between my skin and the foundation, and it does help the foundation stick to my skin better. Now that my hair is out of the way, I apply this to the center of my face and then just blend it outwards. So now it's time for foundation, and the foundation that I've been using for about 6 months, maybe a little bit more than that, is the trusty, tried and true Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is a classic great foundation. Honestly, it's medium to full coverage. You could definitely build it up, and I love it because I do looks for Instagram, and so whatever foundation I choose to wear, it needs to photograph beautifully, and this one definitely does do that. But at the same time, I'm very comfortable going outside into the daylight, into the sunlight with this foundation on. It doesn't look cakey at all, and it definitely has a skin-like finish. So as far as concealer goes, I'm going to stick to the same medium to full coverage theme, and this is the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer. This is a great one, and it is also waterproof, which I did test, and it does work. I don't really powder my face, so we're not going to do that. However, I do set my under eyes before they start creasing, and for that I use the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. I really love this powder just because it's not as yellowy as you would imagine. It's somewhere in the realm of a regular translucent setting powder and a banana powder, which I love. Now the way I apply this is I just take a tiny beauty blender just like this one, and I apply the powder directly to the blender and then immediately set my eyes. I don't wait for that to bake though. I knock it off with the brush as soon as I apply it basically, and it makes you look like you've had a few more extra hours of sleep than you actually have. So you might look a little powdery immediately after this step, but at the end when you spray your fixing spray, everything's gonna turn out fine and it's gonna look completely normal and very skin-like. Now we move on to the star of the show, and it's this Makeup Revolution Ultra Sculpt and Contour palette. Great palette, I love it, and it's the only one that I carry with me when I travel just because I don't normally pack a lot of makeup. So this has a bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter in it. Great bronzer, great blush. You can also use both of them as eyeshadows, which I've done many times in the past. The highlighter is also great. I will say that I would personally like it to be just a tad bit more blinding because you could definitely layer it onto itself, but after a few layers, it kind of reaches its maximum and that's as good as it's gonna get. So I honestly think it is a pretty highlighter, but for me, I would like it to be just a tad bit more blinding. However, that could just be me though. Basically, I just dipped my brush into the bronzer one time, very lightly, and it's already giving off a very nice flush of color. I'd like to think that contouring my chin makes a big difference. That's what I see when I look in the mirror, but watch me look back at this footage and realize that it actually does nothing and that I'm just fooling myself. So as you can see, this blush is a really nice orangey peachy tone. I will say, however, that it is a shimmery blush. I know some people hate shimmery blushes. I personally live for them. Okay, so now we're gonna apply the highlighter. Honestly, I don't know how it's gonna show up on camera, but it does look very beautiful. And you can either make this look natural or you can make it look a little bit more sickening, but not as pigmented as I would personally like. But with that being said, like I said, I literally travel with this palette and this palette only when I'm on vacation. So I'm a hypocrite is what I'm learning basically. So now that the base is done, first of all, let me remove this headband. And secondly, let's move on to mascara. Now, when it comes to mascara, baby, Maybelline has been running it for me since high school. I've literally been buying Maybelline mascara since high school, and recently I've kind of tried branching out and testing different ones, higher end ones, and even the really good ones do essentially the same thing as a Maybelline mascara does, except you have to pay way more for them. So I'm done buying any other mascara that's not a Maybelline one. Honestly, right now I'm using the Sills Lash Sensational, and it's great. I love it. I'll probably rebuy it, but whichever one you pick up from Maybelline is gonna be great. We're almost done here. The only thing that's left is to do the lips and set the face. So first of all, let's start with the lips. So if you know, you know, when it comes to lip products, NYX Cosmetics is just that girl. And I actually have a story about the NYX lingerie line. So at my old job, we used to work 8-10 hour shifts, and I would be really busy, I didn't have time to reapply this, I would just apply this lipstick on once before I left the house, and then I would be talking all day, I would drink, I would eat, I would be running around doing all of these things, and then every time I came home, I still had the lipstick on my lips. Obviously, some of it rubbed off due to eating and drinking, but honestly, not a lot. It still looked pretty good. Today, however, I am going to be applying a lippy from their Shine Loud collection. This is the collection that went viral on TikTok however many months ago, and I really am obsessed with this shade. It's beautiful, but I do have to give you a little bit of a disclaimer. I used to test this out in the summertime. This summer, I would wear it to the pool, to the beach, whatever, and this did oxidize on me every time. So after a certain period of being outside in the sunlight, this would turn a pale, weird golden yellow color that I didn't like, so I'd have to scrub it off my lips. But with that being said, this is such a beautiful shade, and I still wear it even though I know it's gonna oxidize and that there is that possibility. I still wear it. So there you go, that speaks volumes. So before I apply it, I'm just gonna use this Catrice Precision Lip Liner to line my lips really quick, but obviously the star of the show is this lippy. Look at how beautiful this shade is. Now we're gonna wait for that just to dry a little bit, and then we're gonna apply the gloss on the other side. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna set my face with setting spray, and when I tell you that when they discontinue this setting spray, I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna cry on camera, because this is a collaboration between Makeup Revolution and Friends the TV show. And I just love this setting spray. It has vitamin C in it, and when you spray it on your face, it feels very refreshing, and you can actually smell the vitamin C, but it's not an overbearing perfume type of scent. So it was really refreshing, especially in the summertime. I really do love this. This is, I think, my second or third bottle of this exact same setting spray. So be prepared for me to come back on here and cry as soon as they discontinue this. Let's just apply the lip gloss now, and then we're done. So the gloss on the other side is a little bit on the heavier side, but it's not sticky by any means, so I do still really like it. And I think we're done with today's video. Let me know in the comments below which products did you guys like the most, or have you tried any of them? As always, you can let me know what you would like to see from me down below, and thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in my next one. Okay, bye.